Hello, everybody. I'm back. David Charles Wizajewski, aka Thornbreak. I'm here at the Warp Graphics offices with Wendy and Richard Pini. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
They will be back on camera momentarily. We are here for our latest Streamily live stream autograph session. Thanks for everyone's patience as we had to postpone this one as Wendy recovered from COVID, but she's doing great. And but the good news, the little silver lining in there, is that the San Diego exclusive print that we offered that should have disappeared by now is still available in the shop through this live stream signing. So I'm going to put the link to the shop if you have not already purchased one of the beautiful, fantastic ElfQuest art prints or one of the many ElfQuest books that are being offered in the ElfQuest Streamily shop. You can purchase them right now, and Wendy and Richard will sign them live and personalize it to you on this live stream. So I'm going to pin the comment here, so just bear with me for a second. If you were watching the earlier live stream tests that I did, I was trying to figure this out, and I couldn't. But now I realize I actually have to post the darn comment, which I'm typing as we speak. Make sure I spelled everything right. Now I'm going to post it. Now I'm going to attempt to, let's see, pin comment. Fantastic. So now, anybody watching, if you want to go to the ElfQuest Streamily shop, the top comment is pinned. You can use that URL, go pick up your art print, your book, and Wendy and Richard will sign it. So without further ado, I'm going to throw the phone up here, and they're going to roll on in, and we're going to get started. So give us a second while we get this going here. Make sure that we get them framed nicely. I'm going to back out of the way, Richard, and turn it over to you.
Okay, that's your first mistake. No, that's my chair.
Oh, that's your chair. That's your chair.
Okay. Now, you're going to want to see us doing this. Let's see what we got.
Oh, these chairs. They don't want to obey commands today.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Can we see? We can sort of see. Can I make this down a little further?
Yeah, they can see our hands.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yes.
All right, so if we have something to sign, then you can actually see it being signed, and that's our certificate of authenticity. So,
So you need to scroll up to the top and actually go to the signing assistant, which just click on signing assistant up there.
Okay.
And you're going to sign live. And now all you have to do is sign live. So I'm going to hand you the first one. And just like last time, as a reminder, just read the special instructions and autograph it to who they say it is. This one has no instructions, so you just sign it.
This is, we came up with a name last time for Nun. Nunya. Okay, so this is for Nun. So we're going to sign it. I think across the top is good.
Absolutely.
All right, and
could you?
Yes.
Just 2 inches over. Thank you. There.
Right.
Now I can do this.
We good? Okay.
Yes.
So here we go. First one of the day.
I wish we could read the comments, David.
I will read as comments come in. You can see them on the screen if you squint.
They're scrolling, but they're up there. Okay, this is.
All right, Nunya's got.
This is.
Skyways. Looking very sly.
For no one, for the nun.
So Richard, you have to hit complete there.
All right,
now I'll move us to the next one.
Complete. All right.
Piaget.
Piaget.
That's a beautiful name.
This is Lita. Put the name there, or sign here and the name here.
Yeah, I think to Piaget, and then sign there.
Okay, that makes it nice.
Yes, there's plenty of room.
Okay, so to Piaget. Why don't you go first?
All right.
Ladies first.
People are saying, "Oh my God, Lita!" It is a beautiful print. Wendy, do you want to share anything about the actual artwork?
Well, it's done in a more pastel type texture, just to give her a lovely softness and glow. And I was so pleased with the background color that Streamily chose to place her on. It
Right.
just seems to bring out her eyes.
Because the original is all of these wonderful colors, but the background is white.
Mm-hmm.
And they chose the background color, and it actually works better than the simple white color.
Yes.
So, there, Piaget. There we go, and this is complete.
Complete.
Okay, now we have one of the audio movie prints.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
this
this is we are really excited about this, because if you can read down the bottom, it says coming September 1st, 2022. That's when episode 1 drops. It will be open to the public. It will be free to everyone. We want you to go to Apple or Spotify, wherever you find podcasts. We want you to look for the ElfQuest teasers. There's trailers. There's 2 or 3 of them. Please go there and listen and rate and review. Rate and review. That is the most important thing you can do, is rate and review.
the more attention the teasers and trailers get right now, the more attention the podcast is going to get when it launches. And that date is official, September 1st.
As some wise person said, we want this launch to break the internet. And only you can help us. So, there, now signed. These are rare, because after today, are these available?
Nope, this is it. Just today.
This
All
is
right.
it. This is
These
it.
are available only today. So there's that, and here's complete. All righty. This is a favorite.
To Lily. That's an appropriate name for this one.
This is To Lily, and I think here.
Yeah, that's where we were signing it last time.
To Lily. Ily. I will sign here, right on this arm, and you can sign right above. Or elsewhere. But that's the nicest, whitest space on the thing.
You're such a gentleman.
I try.
Skywise into Maine, what a love story.
Talk about that piece too, because that's a new piece of art.
Well, it is actually a double-page spread from Stargazer's Hunt 2. And when I was working on it with Sunny, I provided the line work. And then Sunny did the inking and the coloring and literal painting of the beautiful lighting effects. I told Sunny, let's make this look like the most beautiful anime romance poster ever done. And I think we came close.
You came a lot closer than close. Come on. This is one of the most spectacular prints that we've ever offered.
It's true.
Okay, so that's for Lily, and that's complete. And this is Jamie. This is Jamie, who has gotten the announcement audio movie print. So,
Oh, that's an interesting way to do it. I like it. Puts
Well, it's-
Jamie right in the middle.
well, and it's almost as if Sava is sending the message.
Yeah, I like that.
You see, so Sava's talking to Jamie right here. And there's that, and okay.
Ooh.
And another one for Jason. So it is, today is the day for Mr. J.
If that was supposed to be Harley Quinn,
Look, I'm real good at some things. That's not one of them. to Jason.
I'm happy so many people are getting the audio movie posters.
Well, they're really striking. They're so graphic, and the
Yes.
colors are just so bold, and they pop so nicely. There's Jason, if you're watching. There you are. But no, this is, I mean, the fact that it's a striking piece of art, and we are, what, 4 weeks, less than a month away from the launch of episode 1.
Yeah.
It's all very, very exciting.
Cherokee.
Okay, this is Cutter. This is Pensive Cutter. For
Or as
Cherokee.
Petalwing would say, busy head hunting.
He looks a little bit more relaxed than Busy Head. Or- Okay, I screwed this up. Can we get another one?
Sure can.
Uh-oh.
Okay, folks, you are witnessing history because I don't think this has happened before. But even with Cherokee's name right there in front of me, I managed to misspell. So that one's going aside. And Cherokee, you can tell this story to anyone you want on social media, and I will take the bullet. Okay.
Looks like he's getting it right this time.
See, yeah, we have messed up spelling a couple of times,
Oh, I have misspelled my own name.
but never twice in a row on the same thing. That would have been really cringeworthy. There you go.
And there we are, all done.
Forget you ever saw the other one. Okay, that's Cherokee. And that is done. No personal.
No name. No name.
Nonami.
Nonami.
That was Nonami.
Yeah.
So,
I think
where's good?
up top.
Up top. We can do that. That is such a great portrait of Cutter, and it makes such a great duo with the Skywise.
Yes, he is definitely plotting some unchiefly mischief.
Which is generally Skywise's job, even though he's not chief. Okay, so is there, that one is complete. And
Ooh, Faye.
we have Cutter again.
There you go. That's phase.
To Faye, F-A-Y-E.
This is a very soft and romantic interpretation of Cutter. Very airbrushed.
It just lends to the calm
Yeah, it is.
sense.
It is a calm picture.
One of the rare
One of-
calm moments in Cutter's life.
Talk about tempestuous. There we are.
Okay, there is Faye. Alrighty, so there's that. And here's this. And
another.
another. So this is a popular one. This is to Becky.
Yes, this calls for a nice, soft, neutral colored frame, I think. And there you are, Becky.
There we go. Okay.
What are people saying, David?
They are. I asked who had not rated and reviewed the podcast yet, so they're all replying to that.
Aha!
All right, this is to Derry.
Oh,
Darry.
we're getting some nifty names today.
I think. That is the first of that spelling I can recall in all my years ever coming across.
All right, Derry. Here comes your beautiful poster.
Okay, here we are.
You just love that.
I do, because it's one of the most graphic, simple, bold compositions.
And I had to do it in a big fat hurry, too.
Well,
Talk about that.
yeah, I mean,
After a slug of root beer. Yes. No, just in planning everything for the audio movie Kickstarter, all the imagery, everything had to be done so fast. And this was just one of the things in the lineup that...
so that's how all projects get done, because we've been planning and plotting and preparing this audio movie now for
2.5, yeah.
almost 2.5 years, and talk, and plan, and so on and so forth. All right, we're going to do a Kickstarter. When does it open? Tomorrow. We need 60 pieces of art. You couldn't have told us that 3 months ago. No. Okay, this is to Hannah. Which is spelled the same forward and backward.
Is it a hanagram?
Cute joke, wrong term. It is a palindrome, forward and backward. And I can't see the name Hannah, Hannah, now, without thinking about the movie Arrival,
Here you are, Hannah.
because the daughter in that movie was named Hannah, and it was important to note that the name was spelled backward and forward. A little bit of movie trivia there for everyone. Okay.
Oh,
Kara. Skywise.
she wants Skywise and good old Star Jumper.
All right. I'm going to put her name here and sign down here. What do you think?
Good idea.
Okay. So this is for...
About the art. Talk about it.
Just
Car.
talk about the art, David, just like I can remember everything. Oh my gosh.
Well, let me ask this question.
Yes, ask questions.
It's been, this is Skywise from the very beginning.
Yes.
And you guys just, we've just completed the second half of Stargazer's Hunt, which is really Skywise's quest.
Yes.
When you look at Skywise from then, knowing where he is now, what would you say?
I say that in many ways, he is still this Skywise. He is still the youngest of the elves in his own strange way because of the paradoxes of time. And he admits himself in Stargazer's Hunt that by the standards of the rest of the elves, he's still a growing cub. And he's got all the time in the world now.
Yeah, because there are qualities about Skywise that lots of people seem to really identify with and feel really good about. But there was that one piece that was missing for even before Stargazer's Hunt. That piece was unacknowledged, and now it has been. And it took what some could call even catastrophic events
Oh yeah.
to precipitate that understanding, but you know,
Yeah.
he came through.
He does some growing in Stargazer's Hunt, for sure.
So Kara, this one's for you.
Aha, Mike.
Mike.
And another audio movie poster.
Oh yes. All right.
Tell them about DragonCon.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I am so excited. I truly am. Just so I can't help looking at you, David. David is like the first live human face other than this beautiful one that I've seen since I was, down with the COVID bug. So
Well, here's the thing. We said at the beginning of the year, we're still being very careful. There have been a couple of shows that we've had to cancel because, for one reason or another, Wendy is testing negative, but the long recuperation we want to be very, very careful about,
Yeah.
and that's why we're not doing Boston because it's too soon.
But
Hopefully,
DragonCon.
in a month, you will have gotten all your energy back.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I won't have gotten it because somehow I dodged this bullet and I don't know why.
No, he's too mean. He's too mean for the bug.
COVID doesn't want me.
The sea bug doesn't want him.
But we are very much, to see people, to celebrate the launch of the first episode. DragonCon is going to be special, knock wood, for a whole lot of reasons. All right, Mike, and I promise not to drop it. We'll not have a mic drop.
There will not be a mic drop. Oh, Lord. DragonCon has wanted us to come back for a long, long time, and we've wanted to. And I can't think of a better opportunity to celebrate than at this gigantic convention. It's just
this 50 tribe barking mess of a convention. If you've ever been to DragonCon, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been, but you're going, first of all, please come see us. And it's just so huge. It takes over downtown Atlanta. It's in 5 separate huge hotels, and it's like an anthill. Really, it's that active and stuff going on all over.
Oh, just trying to navigate that convention is, it is big, it is crowded, it is full of creativity, and the costumes, oh my goodness. I can't wait to get there.
Let me share some comments with you guys. Bees Brian says, this is so wholesome, so comforting and wholesome to watch.
Oh, we got to do something a little bit.
I don't know.
We don't want to be too wholesome.
Comforting and wholesome. Just, my goodness, don't let that get out.
The mama cat says, we'll miss you in Boston, but we will see you again. Smiley face.
Yes,
Good.
we miss everybody that we're going to miss, and we definitely want to be back. There are going to be more New England shows. There are going to be more Boston shows, and it's all about timing and health and safety. So, we want to see you all too.
June Moon says, Wendy, I started drawing as a 10-year-old because of you, and is sending love from Germany.
Oh, love back to Germany.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, this one is for Eric. For Eric with a K, who has asked for a little wolf howl in addition.
Oh, and he got one.
Special instructions.
Here's an interesting question from Robert Lambrecht. Wants to know, if Wendy is Cutter and Richard is Skywise, then Wendy, who is your Lita?
Who is my Lita?
Well, that question sort of presupposes that we can't walk and chew gum at the same time, meaning that we're kept to one character. And as we have said, Eric, by the way, let's not forget Eric, there you are. There have been times when you are definitely Lita, you definitely are the healer. There are times when
you are Bear Claw.
I have
Without
been
question.
Bear Claw. There are times when I am Rayek. There are times when I have been Strongbow. And you yourself are more than one
I think
avatar.
there was an interview where we said that ElfQuest is a little bit like a shattered mirror, and every shard of the mirror contains a little reflection. We're Nona and Daedar. We're every character that we created is a little bit of a reflection of us, and also a reflection of our perception of the world and the things we care about, and how we can express it through a character's voice.
So, which one is the Bone Woman?
Oh boy. That's me. That's me trying to get up in the morning sometimes.
There's an image.
Okay, so this is Eric, and I completed that one. And so this one is for Nonami.
Nonami. So more questions like that would be great.
Yeah.
Would that person's sister be named Sue?
Tsunami?
Yeah.
I'm going to read more questions before Richard makes more
Yes,
puns.
David, help. Help.
So, our Skodison Stag, if I'm pronouncing that right, just says, thank you for creating Ekwar. Any thoughts on Ekwar?
Well, Ekwar is, in my mind, when I think of Ekwar, he is one of the more powerful, strong personalities in ElfQuest. He just sort of sprang fully formed. The idea that he is a physically challenged character in ElfQuest and chooses to accept himself as he is, that his physical challenges come as almost a trophy of all that he's been through, and that he's just simply content to be who he is. And he has that effect on everybody around him, which is especially important as to why he is a mentor and a father figure to Rayek. I think if Ekwar hadn't been there, Rayek would have gone in a pretty wrong direction.
He would have become the, simplistically, villain that a lot of people still view him as.
Absolutely.
And he's not a villain, he is a foe. And
Yeah.
there's a big difference.
Yeah.
But Rayek may be one of the characters who has evolved the most and shown it the least.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Well, he's so stubborn. He just,
Well, okay.
he likes to hang on to what he thinks is his dignity,
Well, So, but Ekwar, you just can't keep him down. He
No.
is the nitrous oxide of ElfQuest characters.
I think so. And Trinket saw it instantly.
Oh yeah.
Trinket took to him instantly.
All right. This is to Drew.
Hannah, who you signed a moment ago, has to go back to work, but says that Hannagram will live in her brain forever.
Our work here is done. Okay. We're signing. Yes.
We're signing to Drew. Drew happily. Yes, that's what I did. I drew happily.
See, I saw that the minute it came up here, and I said, I'm not going to do it because everybody's going to dump on me if I do. And there you go.
Well, after 50 years together, I'm going to get a little bit infected.
RS Coding Stag says Ekwar rocks. So I think we are all on a pun roll here.
Oh,
That's terrible.
Stoner. Okay, that's that one.
All right, so let's see. That was 132.
And this is coming up 133.
So on mine, it's coming up 137, which,
Oh, dear.
just bear with me for 1 second.
Did you click ahead?
No,
Too
let me
far?
just go back. Previous was a Nonami 133. No,
No, I'm looking at 133 now. The last one I did was Drew.
there. I did click one ahead.
Aha, you did. Ah, you flipper. Okay, so this is Nonami.
So it's just us.
So here's a question.
Here's the sign of the times.
Uh-huh.
This is from Robert Lambrechts again. I used to read ElfQuest in Dutch, so maybe I'm missing some terminology, but does treeing mean that Redlance has passed on and his remains are with the rootless ones? A friend and I thought he died. Do you want to, from Stargazer's Hunt, we learned that...
I don't know where that idea came from.
I think it might be lost in translation.
And as to what treeing means, it means
Oh, yeah.
sharing a tree,
And not just sitting comfortably on a blanket underneath in shade. Not just.
Not just, treeing means that you're a family and you share a den and you look out for each other, so to speak.
And what I think actually is the bigger nugget here that people are getting at are the seeds that you planted in Stargazer's Hunt Volume 2.
Oh, about what happened to the Wolf Riders in those 500 years that
Yes.
that Jink and Trinket and Yun were off looking for Skywise? Oh, really? You want us to talk about that?
Come on, grin at him. Okay. So this is 137 and Nanami.
Folks are wanting you to give the correct pronunciation of Nona and Adar. Adar, how would you pronounce it?
Nona and Adar.
Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a long O for Nona, not Nana. Nona.
Yes.
And Adar is like radar without the R and front.
That was actually the specific question that someone asked, so
Yeah.
you didn't see it, but you answered it.
Yes. Okay, so this is 137.
Ooh, a lot of these audio movie posters are going.
And another.
138.
But wait, there's more.
I think they took you very seriously, David, that they know this is the only place they can get it.
Yep. Robert also says, thank you, that's nice. Now we need more hidden years stories. Tell those stories in between.
You need more hidden years stories. We need more time, more energy.
The word more keeps coming up. More.
Here you go.
Oh.
Okay,
Lita.
now we have
We're
Lita.
back to Lita
Okay,
and a Nonami.
and her Nami, so.
Another thing I like about this piece is her facial expression. If you look at the poster and you move around, no matter where you stand, she's looking directly at you. It's one of those illusions where the eyes appear to move. Something I learned how to do a long time ago.
All right. Okay, so
See?
here's looking at you.
You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's like 98% wonderful and 2% creepy.
Intentionally so.
All right, so we have another question, and I already know how you're probably going to answer this, but several people want to know. There was a little teaser of some possible new project with Flesk Publications that you guys said, months and months and months ago, and people are curious if there's any news or update on that.
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a really good question. Do we have any more questions?
Oh, no. You can give them a little tidbit, can't you?
Nah, it's total fun. Let's just put it that way. It is total fun.
I know what the project is, and I agree it is total fun.
Yes. And more than that, I don't want to say, because we're working with John Fleskus at Flesk Publications, and he's the one who helped us design and who published those 3 wonderful art books, The Art of ElfQuest, ElfQuest, The Art of the Story,
yes,
and Line of Beauty. And we are forever indebted to him for his help on that. And so we feel a very strong connection with John. And he likes to play announcements close to the vest.
Yes.
And when this is ready for unveiling, it's going to be a big little deal.
Yeah, big. There was a good clue right there.
Further deponent saith not. This is Ember, and no name.
Now, this portrait of Ember is very different from the Lita portrait because her facial expression, she's looking off into the distance. And we can only imagine what she might be thinking about.
Well, see, the thing about a drawing like this, longtime readers of ElfQuest will remember back in the original Quest, issue number 6, Ember and Suntop were introduced. Mm-hmm. And she was this little 5-6-year-old absolute made out of sticks tomboy with a slingshot. And having characters age and evolve in comics is a tricky thing.
Very.
And not a lot of comics do it, and not a lot of comics do it well. But just thinking about that little red-headed thistle from all those years ago, and now she's grown up, she's mature, she's a chiefess in her own right.
Ah, yes.
She's undergoing some questions about recognition and trials and tribulations.
Questions about recognition, but less and less questions about her sense of leadership. Ember has really come into her own as the chiefess of the Wolf Riders.
Yeah, but it's just so neat to sit back and be able to say, yeah, we watched that whole thing happen over a span of time, and it's absolutely real and honest. And that is very cool to me.
Well, we take you through the lifetimes of a whole number of characters in ElfQuest.
All right, next is 141.
Is that another Nonami? Yes, it is.
It's a Nonami.
Ember was a fantastic little menace, says Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Nonami, there's your poster. And what?
Never mind.
What? What are you thinking?
Well, Twin Peaks.
Uh-oh. We're no longer wholesome, gang.
I just calls them as I sees them.
Oh, dear.
And Skywise to Betsy.
Betsy Shireen. I think there's a bit of the green in Shireen.
You know, it's really good that the names are up on the screen, because when we're at a convention, somebody comes up and says, "We make it to Betsy." You know, personalize it. My name is Betsy, and it doesn't matter. I will always ask, how do you spell that?
There are so many different spellings of even the commonest names.
I mean, think about how many ways John can be spelled.
Jawn.
Or even Betsy could be. So, I mean, this is really helpful.
Well, altogether, we want to thank Streamily, because this has really been a wonderful experience working with them, and the system is very well organized, and it's a great way to not only autograph pieces, but to interact in a way with all of you out there. We can imagine all of you out there watching, and you know, I wish we could see you, but at least we can hear from you. So keep asking questions. We're enjoying them.
Yes, please ask questions, because this is as close as we get outside of a convention to interacting with people, and you get a shot, you get the chance to ask basically anything you want. Whether or not we answer, that's another question altogether. But
I know, but ask anything you want, even something rather daring. We don't mind.
okay, this is Lita, and it's for Susie. I'm trying to remember. Was this originally done as a pastel?
It was originally a line drawing, but I painted it. It's been both in black and white and in pastel colors.
Oh, so this was one of the sketches from long ago, and
Possibly.
yeah, okay.
That piece was originally done, I believe, in 2006 when you were doing the Ask Elf Mom commissions for folks, and you later colored it.
Yes, I think I used that as the basis, but there are variations in the painting. So, you know, because I seriously wanted to make it a different
It is absolutely
piece.
a different piece. So there's Susie.
So we got another question here for you, Wendy. What was your most frustrating panel to put together and illustrate, if you had to pick one?
Any crowd scene in any issue. We have so many freaking characters, and all of you out there keep magnifying the digital comics up to look in the backgrounds, so we have to keep all of the details just perfect. Oh, the crowd scenes.
It was, in retrospect, amusing to be in the same house when she would be working on a crowd scene, because the air wafting out of her studio was visibly blue. And you could see the little lightning strikes. And it was just, I knew better than to go in there.
No, every crowd scene I've ever had to do, I've regretted deeply the design of the elves, which was basically an 80s hair band with all the busy costumes.
There's one crowd scene that I remember specifically. It's from Final Quest, and I couldn't tell you the issue, but it involves the go-backs.
Oh, the army scene?
The army scene.
With all the armor and...
With all the armor
and
all, I mean, these little tiny characters. You had to draw all
the different faces.
All the different faces, all the different decorations on the armor. And here's why I remember this.
I wish this was a martini.
I remember this because this was when I was doing the color flatting
Yes.
if you'll recall.
Yes.
And I had to go and just like get inside of every detail. But you put your own face, whether you know it or not,
I know.
onto one of those go-backs in the far background.
And now they're going to go look.
Now they're going to go look. But I recognized it because the expression on that go-back's face was your expression, and it was pure, God, shoot me now. Please put me out of my misery. I have to do another blankety blank go back crowd scene. I'm going to kill things. And it was all on, and you know, and the figure's about that big. The art's about that big, but you
Yes.
captured it.
But they magnify it up on their screens. So,
Yeah.
You know, there
Well,
you
that's
are.
how I saw it, because I had to get down there to put the flatting in. Okay, this is
And another Amber.
144 to Betsy.
Betsy.
Got another question here from Dana Rubera wants to know how many other languages is the series currently available in?
At this moment, I know Danish, I know Italian, I know Polish, I know Russian, I know, oh good heavens, if I look back at the bookcase, that's what comes to mind. And the reason I can't answer more accurately right now is that over the
French?
years, oh, definitely French. What's the matter with
And don't
me?
forget our beautiful French publisher.
I can remember past licenses, and they get mixed up with current licenses. So the answer is
Lots.
several, yes. Okay, for Betsy, Ember.
We've got a question on how does Dart's hair work?
Very well.
Bear fat.
They don't have gel.
Yeah, there's nothing like good old bear grease. It's
Of course, after about a week, the flies and
No, I would imagine that Red Lance at some point has come up with a kind of a hair gel. You know, you crack open a certain kind of plait, and the sap is, you know, you can
the
use
sap is using it.
Yeah, so so maybe Red Lance came up with something a little less stinky than bear grease.
I think the better answer came out years and years and years ago.
What?
Hair shaping magic.
Hair shaping magic.
You got rock shapers, you got plant shapers, so why not hair shapers?
Well, you know, Dart and Mender are an item, and I would imagine Mender plays with his hair all the time. So,
Well, then now.
what do you think, David?
I mean, we're creating the story right here as we're going. Right?
There you go.
And fanfic imaginations out there are going psh, like fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, basically any fantasy that Mender has, he can make happen. You know, if Dart wants to cooperate. So, oh goodness, see, now this is no longer wholesome at all. No longer wholesome.
Okay.
All right, well, you guys have
Ember.
definitely stimulated the crowd here. There are a lot. That came out totally wrong.
See,
Lots of more questions are coming. Let's just say that.
Your Freudian slip is showing there, darling.
This is a good one because I remember.
45 minutes in, and
This is a good one. I remember this, and I don't know if either of you remember this at all. So it might be completely out of left field. But the Mama Cat says, "Do you remember way back in a podcast interview, Richard had mentioned that would be jumping the shark. It was said someday you would say what you were referring to. Did you ever say what that was?" And I, if I recall correctly, we were talking about the final quest, and there was something that you guys, for half a second, said, "Should we do that?"
Yeah.
And Richard said, "Oh, that'd be jumping the shark."
Yeah, I know exactly what this is referring to.
well, that's good because I have completely forgotten.
Well, I'll tell you after,
Okay.
because you might blurt
Right
it
now,
out.
Josine, this is Ember.
Josine.
Josine. All right, there you go.
Yeah, the short answer is this was a story element that I was considering. I brought it to Richard, and we had a long discussion about it because I thought that it should go in, and he really had to do some convincing with me as to why that would be too much. And his reasons were sound, and I agreed. Therefore, we are never going to actually give out that information because
just
it
later.
Yeah,
Remind me.
I'll remind you, but it would be jumping the shark to even give out the information.
This is the really fun thing about working on ElfQuest over all of the years. Sometimes we'll just get into a discussion, and I'll go back to an absolute classic example. When One Eye got killed during the Troll War, or prelude to the Troll War, the first war, and I was not able to accept that a beloved character was gone for good, because we didn't want to do what Marvel and DC do all the time. You die, you come back. You die, you come back. You die, you come back.
Oh, yeah. And my position was that absolutely no one is going to believe that the elves have gone through this ferocious, bloody war, and that they're going to all come out unscathed. So,
but out of that clashing of the Titanic minds here came the idea of putting him into rap stuff, which let other things happen. The whole conflict that Lita had: should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I open him up? Should I heal him? Should I not heal? That would not have been possible without that original conflict between us and the storytelling. Often, if she has idea A and I have idea B, and neither one of us likes the other entirely, we'll come up with idea C, which is better than either of the original ones.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the essence of collaborative storytelling, is just, keep it going, keep talking, work it out. Ideas are there for the taking. You just have to kind of massage them a little bit.
Yeah, if you're going to say no to an idea, never just say no and put your foot down. Have something else that you can bring to the table.
Yeah. You got to have an alternate if you're going to say no. Okay, this is
now
Ember.
I'm fascinated by this name. This is Kess Ember Schimpf.
Oh, no, it says, my partner was named after Ember. Your books were a big part of her life, and I'm so glad to get the opportunity to get her a signed print.
Oh, how
Isn't
nice.
that great? So, all right.
So while you guys are signing that, let's see, the shots I've taken, I think is the screen name, says, just because this is the only opportunity, I'll probably have to say this directly. Thank you so much for ElfQuest. I loved reading it so much.
Loved.
It was past, so.
Oh, okay. Well, we hope you've read right up into Stargazer's Hunt.
We, as we say far too often, at far too many conventions, to far too many people, who come up and say, oh, I used to read ElfQuest. And there is, for Kess Ember. We never stopped. There's a lot more. You've got a lot of catching up to do, and that's why we put all that stuff online for free on elfquest.com. Just click the Read It Online button. But there's so much more. There's so much more than what a lot of people remember when they stopped.
And we are so proud of our runners today that are making sure that they go to comic shops and let comic shops know that ElfQuest is not only still going strong, but stronger than ever with the audio movie coming out. It is distressing to us to hear that there are owners of comic shops who believe that ElfQuest is a thing of the past and that it's not being published by
Well, they
Dark
don't-
Horse Comics today.
They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
So-
shots I've taken says currently reading. Will continuously read. Just to clarify.
All right, shots. All right.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit about Dark Horse and some of the books that they put out
Oh.
that will, collect all of that story, Richard,
Please
the complete
do.
ElfQuest.
Oh, well. All right, let's take care of
Isla and Tyr.
Ayla.
Ayla or Isla and Tyr.
A-Y-L-A and E-Y-R. Tyr.
Tyr is the name of a rune. It's,
But is that not also a variant on Thor? Or is that T-I-U? Or
this, I believe you're correct. I believe that Tyr is related to Thor. It's the rune of victory. Or the warrior's rune, as they call it.
We have, over many years, partnered with, there you guys
you
go,
are.
partnered with several other publishers, as everyone should know. We started out as Warp Graphics, one of the very first independent publishers. But as we like to say, we're independent, we're not isolationist.
Right.
And we are happy to work with anybody who will bring resources to the table that we don't have. Well, most recently, it's 10 years ago this year.
Yeah, not too recent.
Well, in the scheme of the universe. Dark Horse approached us. Mike Richardson, the president and head honcho at Dark Horse, approached us and wanted to know if we wanted to work with Dark Horse, because apparently they've been after us for a long time because they wanted to work with us. And we had just come off of a, shall I say, disappointing time relationship with Warner Brothers regarding a non-existent ElfQuest movie. So we were happy to say yes to Mike because he's also kind of an independent maverick type.
Kind of.
And he, with the people around him, has built Dark Horse into a really first-class publishing house for books and comics. And so we signed. We have been happy ever since. The production values that they bring to the books. I mean, just look at
The reader's collection.
If you want color work, look at Stargazer's Hunt volumes 1 and 2. They are gorgeous. If you want absolutely pristine production, look at the complete ElfQuest presented in black and white, because that's how we originally published, was in black and white. Everything they do is top shelf. So we're very, very happy to be working with them.
Yes, they're a company with extremely high standards and definitely a vision for the directions they want to go. Everybody was hit very hard by COVID,
Oh God, yes.
and the schedule got thrown off on Stargazer's Hunt, but Dark Horse is definitely back, and we are definitely going forward with them.
Yep. So now we have
Nani!
So if you read the note there, Nani's kind of a special case here.
This is for Nani, who was one of the first to rate and review.
Well, thank you, Nani.
Oh, thank you very much. N-A-N-I.
And folks, while Richard is signing that, I just want to let everybody know we're almost finished here. You still have a chance to hop on and buy something. We're probably going to be wrapped in the next 10 minutes, so don't wait.
And now a word from our sponsor, sitting over there. Okay.
There you are, Nani.
Thank you very, very much.
And thank you anybody who has gone and listened and left a review.
Yes, we can't overstate the importance of that, because it is the ratings and it is the reviews that cause a company like Apple, like Spotify, like whoever else does podcasts, to position a podcast on their top lists, or whatever they're called, the more ratings, the more reviews, the better it is. And it doesn't get any plainer than this. We have very high hopes for this podcast series. This covers the material in Journey to Sorrow's End, the first 5 comics in the original Quest. It's going to be 10 episodes, weekly episodes. They're free, and we're all very excited. The production quality has just been aces. It is unlike anything you've ever heard, and everybody is really, really hot to, okay, we've got the first season, which is the first 5 comics. Now, let's look at 6 through 10. We can't do 6 through 10 if 1 through 5 don't fly high. So you have, as He-Man and She-Ra would say, you have the power to help get this thing off the ground and to fly high.
This is literally a co-creation, and we are asking you to lend your power to make the podcast soar. We want to see it number 1 on everybody's list.
Yes. Okay, so this is
our last print. Then we got some books to get through.
Oh, good.
Okay, this is
Tacoma Comics says the actors' voices are great in the audio movie.
Oh, Cree Summer, who you will remember as Princess Kida in Disney's movie Atlantis. She was born to play Sava. I cannot now ever draw or look at the character without hearing Cree's voice.
I never heard, a lot of readers have told us that
Here we go.
when they read, they do hear voices, or they hear this or that actor's voice. I have never heard voices in my head when I've been reading ElfQuest. For whatever reason, listening to the audio movie podcast, now I can't hear anything other than those, and they are 100% the correct voices.
Our Tree Stump, our Pike, Osric Chow as Skywise is sheer perfection. Alejandro Saab as Cutter brings tenderness and gruffness and all of the many sides of the character all at once. So many of the actors actually grew up with ElfQuest. Pun Bandhu, who plays Rayak. Rayak was his favorite character growing up, and so he really, really, really fought for the part, and he is amazing in the role. I could go on and on and on about this cast. They just understand their characters and are interpreting. It's the most faithful interpretation of ElfQuest that has ever been done.
Beyond which there is no Witcher.
All right,
Okay,
books
so
to sign.
Just an autograph on that?
Just an autograph. Okay, now, do I need to do
Nope,
anything?
you're good there.
I'm good there. Okay. Words I love to hear. I don't have to muck anything up. Okay, so autograph on a copy of Stargazer's Hunt, Volume 2.
Title page.
Back over the June 4th weekend this year, we were at AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C., and we and Dark Horse went through hoops, and for, 2 or 3 days,
We weren't sure.
we were the only place in the universe, because they got us some copies of this.
Yes.
And, people have been waiting for so long
Yes.
for this book. And now it's out and available.
Yes.
And it's still getting out and available because distribution and shipping and all of that stuff still hasn't fully recovered from COVID.
No.
So it's frustrating, and we understand that. Just keep pushing and asking and
Yes,
saying,
keep bugging your local comic
bug
shop.
your retailer, because they're there. The books are there. And this is to Gabrielle.
Colleen Pollack says, glad to see you were feeling better, Wendy.
Very much.
There have been a lot of questions about a lot of characters on whether or not we're going to see them again. So I'm just going to say that in a big lump to you, and you can react how you will.
Well, if you read Stargazer's Hunt and you read it digitally, you know that Richard and I are very fond of planting hints and clues. So it is up to you to find those hints and clues in Stargazer's Hunt and decide for yourselves, are they going to go somewhere with this or not?
We're probably not going to see Greymung again.
No. He had a dinner engagement.
But did he have good taste?
Oh,
Okay, this is for Gabrielle. There's your copy of... What is this? This is volume 1. Oh, I am losing it in chunks.
All right.
Gibbering and dropping parts, I think is the phrase.
This is our very last thing to sign. So there's a little note that goes with that one.
oh, what does the note say?
Oh, this is about to embark on my own final quest. If you can give any words of wisdom.
If you can give any words of wisdom on someone about to embark on their own final quest. Well, that's a mysterious.
That is very mysterious.
And a person's final quest could be many different things. But what I will say is stay in the moment.
And that's what we will say.
Yeah. Every moment of your hero's journey, because every person's life who has ever lived or who will ever live is the hero of their own story. So as you go on your hero's journey, just stay present to it, be alert to the signs, and always treat yourself and others the best you possibly can.
And I think wiser words have not been spoken. So
At least
this is
not in the last minute and a half.
not, yes. Okay, this is, there you go. I hope you're watching. This is for you.
Oh my goodness. This was almost like, doing both an autographing session and a panel. We loved your questions, and the next time we do this, we're just going to keep that tradition going.
Oh yeah. No, this is a lot of fun.
Last reminders for everyone. What do you want them to know?
Last reminder.
Rate and review. Rate and review.
Rate and review what that man said.
Because Stargazer's Hunt Volumes 1 and 2 are out. That is a project that it took us some real effort to complete. COVID did not help, but it's done. Right now, the biggest blip on our radar screens is the audio movie.
Mm-hmm. Coming soon.
As I said earlier, it's been 2.5 years in the making. It is launching in less than a month. And we just want the best for it, for us, for you, for everyone. So go out there and beat the drum and make noise and onward.
All right, so you can hit stop. Say goodbye and hit stop. And we'll be...
Goodbye, everybody. This was
right.
great fun, and we look forward to our next Streamily signing.
All right. Be well, everyone.
You can hit the top right under your message there. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Top right under the message.
Let's see.
Yes.
I'm just going to take the phone here, and we'll undo that message there.
Oh.
We